was looking for just regular chopped kale, but they only have the organic, so I guess I'll just be getting organic because I want to put some kale in the dish that I'm making. Shalom.
Shalom, y'all.
What you waiting on? Good morning. Well, not good morning. Grand Rising, Boker Tov. Actually, I've had an extra early start to the day. I got some exciting stuff going on today. I am actually preparing to handle some things, and I am currently, excuse the glare, but I am currently in our little flex space, little office area, trying to prepare for a meeting. So, getting ready to finish getting dressed. My hair is being uncooperative today, but it is well. But yeah, just wanted to get on here and do a little bit of vlogging before it gets too crazy. Look at this. Before it gets too crazy. But I will check back with you guys in a little bit, because today is also Thursday, which this is sort of like my preparation to my preparation day for Shabbat. So your girl got a lot going on today. But yeah, I will check back with you guys in a little bit. Got some running around to do. I'll take you with me, in addition to having to do a little bit of straightening up around the house, because as you know, I clean, like, throughout the week, so that I won't have so much pile up on me at the end of the week. So and also in preparation for Shabbat, I'm always preparing for the Sabbath. So I have a few other things to do, a few loads of laundry, mopping the floors, some dusting, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to take you guys with me. It's just a random day in the life of your happy Hebrew wife. So I'll check back with you guys. So I got 2 cucumbers. They were 55 cents a piece. And I have 2 bags of spinach, or baby leaf spinach, which were $1.27. So, oh, there's a cabbage. Oh, I was wrong. Excuse me, how you doing?
Do you guys have any more knowledge? Carol just got here, the new shift manager for tonight's shift, and she's gonna go back there and check out produce, and then she'll bring some out.
Cool, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I was looking for just regular chopped kale, but they only have the organic, so I guess I'll just be getting organic because I want to put some kale in the dish that I'm making. Kale. This I'll swing back around. I need some tomatoes. Berries. Oh, they got blackberries on sale. They have blackberries on sale for $1.49. Great. Gotta get some bread for the boys. So, for those of you that just don't know or whatever, I have actually started my keto full strong, and I'm trying to do right. Let's see. I really am. I'm trying to do right. It's packed in here, by the way, y'all. I'm trying to be conscientious of the amount of people that's in here. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna put this on my salad. I'm trying to be conscientious of the amount of people in here and don't disturb, people's privacy or whatever, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, but I'm trying to make do. Plus, I haven't quite mastered the public vlogging anyway, but it's coming along. Hold on. I need to grab some cheese. Lunch meat. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to grab cheese. I'm backwards. Dang. They don't have any mild cheddar or American cheese. Well, that sucks. Oh, man. Alright. So far I have the snack pack chip combo. I picked up 2 bags of spinach. I picked up some strawberries, some baby bella mushrooms, some chopped kale, and some blackberries. I want to pick me some more olives, because I like calamari olives on my salads. I'm trying to take my time because I need my cabbage for the night. Veg balsamic. It's the wrong thing to do to come to the store and you haven't eaten. Organic Mexican cheese. Need this for the night. We have organic turkey bone broth. So I need a steak. Mama is hungry. Okay, so I'm back. Oh, workout, man. I love how people, and I'm being sarcastic, of course, and facetious, but I love the way that people drive and park with no regard for other drivers. And if you one of those people, shame on you. No, but seriously, y'all. I mean, sometimes it's just, dang, I really need to go get some more wallflowers. But I'll wait. I need to get home and put dinner in. But anyway, I was saying that it picture this. It adds so much more stress or concern to somebody's day when you drive like you the only person on the road, you know? And then there's the thing where you need to do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. So if you don't want somebody cutting you off or blocking you into a parking space because of your ill parking and all that kind of stuff, then don't do it to other people. I'm just saying. Because that's so rude. It is so freaking rude. But anyway, so yeah. It's been a productive day. I've gotten pretty much 2 loads of clothes done. I still got a few more to do. Went picked up what I needed to get for dinner today and dinner tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I really do. But everything that I had on schedule for doing and everything I had on my list for doing, I've done. You know, except for doing the little, my last minute little chores and stuff around the house. I need to make a couple more phone calls. But that's about it. I mean, like I said, I've done everything I'm supposed to do. You ever had that feeling where you feel like, well, you know you've been productive and you've gotten a lot of stuff done, and let's say you've gotten the things that are the most pressing done, but it still seems like you forgetting stuff? Like, that's how I feel right now. So, yeah, that's the way I feel. But anyway, I will see y'all at home once we get all these groceries in the house and get everything laid out so you can see what we're dealing with and what we making for dinner tonight. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm home now. So let's see. There's a lot going on today. I'm getting ready to make another Power Quick Pot meal. I'm going to be putting, I'm going to make some corned beef, cabbage, kale, and I put my own little spin on it. I don't know if I'm going to put potatoes in it because I want it to be keto friendly. So I think I'm going to do like mixed peppers. I think I'm going to put some carrots in there. Like I said, the kale, cabbage, and make it like that. But in this particular series of the Power Quick Pot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pressure cook it because this is what I want to have for dinner tonight. And then tomorrow I'll have I think I'm going to do spaghetti squash for me, baked spaghetti. And then for hubby and the kids, I'm going to just do your normal baked spaghetti. So yeah, that's what's going on today, y'all. I told y'all I was gonna cook something to surprise y'all with another little cooking tutorial, since apparently that's all the rave right now. That's what y'all like to see me do, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I just want to go ahead and put the groceries away. I'm gonna put these dry, clean dishes away, load the dishwasher, and get ready to prep. But in the interim of me doing all this, I'm gonna make me some lunch because I am starving, y'all. Today is my intermittent fasting day. It is 2:55 Central Standard Time, and I'll probably end up making me a steak with some sauteed mushrooms and spinach, and I'll probably drink some lemon water, some sparkling lemon water, because I bought some LaCroix. These are mineral waters, sparkling water, and I got the variety pack from Aldi's. I have a cran raspberry. Let me turn this light on. cran raspberry, berry, and tangerine. So that's what I made. Come say hi, Jaden. Hold on. Let us see your haircut.
Yeah.
Y'all, look at my baby. He got his
haircut.
haircut. Don't. We got another big, huge announcement coming. So we ain't gonna say it yet, but don't him look handsome?
Let's stop it.
But anyway, so yeah, be careful. Have fun at breakfast.
Yes, ma'am.
So anyway, I am trying to get all this situated. My little Joshy is taking a nap. And yeah, so that's what we got going on, y'all. These have to be put away in the containers. This I can put away now. I got quite a few things that I want to do. For one, I want to redo my pantry because it's just it needs to be refreshed. Because the way we're using it now is a little bit different from the way that it initially started up. So people that know me know that I love organization and I love making spaces make sense. And so I gotta redo the pantry. I have to. It is an absolute must. And what happens is when we run out of cereal, I had the boys to go ahead and wash the containers out, dry them, and put them back in the pantry. That way it's in my face. So when I get ready to make my grocery list, I immediately know what's missing versus what we have. So it's that old theory of like out of sight, out of mind. So if the containers go away, then it doesn't automatically send an alarm to me that, hey, we need this or that. But if the empty container is in there, it's clean, I know, oh shoot, I gotta put cereal on the list. So that's what I'm doing. This is one of the many things that I have to do as a stay-at-home mom, stay on top of the grocery list and replenishment, and it's like that. But today has been a very, very, very busy day. And I know I probably seem like I'm rushing, but I'm not. I just want to get some stuff done so that I can kind of make sense of the other things that I have to do. Like, okay, for instance, I need to get dinner put on so that I can go put on another load of clothes, or at least come to a stopping point where I can get organized with other things. So this is just a day in my life. Day in the life. So these are replenished. Boom. Go back in the pantry. Nice and sealed clothes. You don't have to worry about it getting stale. What I'll do too is I am going to go ahead and prepare my steak so it can be cooking while I finish putting away the rest of this stuff. And see, another thing is I want to get, see what I'm saying? This is why I want to redo my pantry, because the kids will go in there and grab stuff out of it. So it's always trying to find the time to make sure that your movements are making sense, like that you're using your time wisely. Not to sound preachy or anything, but that's just what I've grown to learn to do as a stay-at-home mom, as a mom, as an adult, as a wife, like I try to do things and have wisdom in doing it. Let's face it, the generation, yeah, they're into technology and, you know, social media and, you know, just a full gamut of things, but the people like from my generation or like even older generation, they still have been partaking in a lot of that laziness, foolishness too. You know what I mean? So it's not just like a Generation X. Okay, y'all. So I'm back. I had to make a run and go get Emmerich from school. His football workouts got out a little early. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and sear the corned beef brisket. I'm going to take it out of its packaging. I'm going to pat it dry, and then I'm going to sear it in the pan on all sides. And the only reason why I'm not doing it in the Power Quick Pot is because it's a little too big for the bottom of it, and I don't want to cut it because it's going to end up falling apart anyway because it gets so tender. But so I'm going to just sear it over here, and then I'll just transfer it into the Power Quick Pot, and then I'll show you guys the process from that point on. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and sear it, and then I will show you the process. Turn it off so it won't pick up. Like, turn it off. Can you just give me a second?
Do you want me to go in the room?
I mean, you can. Just say hi.
Huh?
Hi to YouTube.
Hey YouTube, gotta finish some homework.
All right, guys. So I'm back. I told you I had to go run out, get M from football workouts, and now I've already seared the corned beef. Okay, so I'll show you guys what this looks like. But first and foremost, let me do this. I had diced up some onions to go in the Power Quick Pot. For right now, what I'll do is put it on beef saute, and then that way the vegetables that are on the bottom will get a nice, you know, saute in there. Because what I'll do is I'll layer it. I'll put my garlic. Let me just turn the camera on it so y'all can see. Alright, so I'm going to put my garlic in there. And this garlic is in extra virgin olive oil. Okay. And then I'm going to also put the first half of the onion that I diced, because I didn't dice the other one up yet. And I'll show y'all why in a minute. Okay? Because I like to saute my onions pretty well, they don't mind that I make them a medium dice. They don't mind at all. And most of my recipes, the onion ends up cooking down and being nice and tender, and just adding a little bit more of an aromatic, you know, flavor to it. So, hubby used to not like onions, and then when I cook with onions, he said he don't mind them at all. Now, raw onions he can't necessarily eat because it gives him heartburn. But so that's another reason why I make sure that I saute them and caramelize them as best I can inside the recipes. When I'm making spaghetti, things like that. So right now we have the onions, the garlic, and a little bit of there's a little bit of avocado oil in there. And of course, you know, guys, from my recent recipes, I always spray this in the inside with a little bit of olive oil spray, because I don't want it to stick. When the boys do the dishes, I try to make it as easy for them as possible. Okay, so I'm going to just let that saute in there for just a little bit. Meanwhile, the corned beef is resting from me searing it. I seared it on all sides. which I'll show you what it looks like once it comes in here. You'll be able to see some of the caramelization and the searing on it. And basically, let me just explain to y'all what that does. My eyes are a little bit irritated from the onion, but they'll be all right. The searing on the corned beef actually seals it. It seals in all the juices. So I try to seal it and sear it on as many sides as I can. So that when I put it into the crock pot, regardless of whatever cooking method I use, whether it be braising it, which this is a variation of braising because you're searing it only to add it to a liquid, which you'll see that I'll put just a little tiny bit of beef broth in there. So whether you're braising it, slow cooking it, pressure cooking it, whatever, you'll still end up with a nice juicy corned beef or whichever meat you prefer to use. Typically when you're doing it with like a meat that can have a tendency to be a little bit drier and it doesn't have very much fat in it, those are the meats that you would want to go ahead and sear if you were going to be doing any additional cooking to it, braising, slow cooking, pressure cooking, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like sous vide in reverse. So I don't know, those of you who know what a sous vide is, basically what you're doing is you seal it, and I'm paraphrasing and not paraphrasing, but I'm simplifying the method. You seal it in plastic in the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. When you put in the vac, you vacuum seal it. You put it, because this has a sous vide on it as well, which we'll go over that at another time. But like say for instance, if I were going to make a steak, ribeye, or let's say flat iron steak or whatever, you would seal it in your I just said the word. Y'all, I'm tired. You can tell. But anyway, when you seal it in the plastic and you put it in here in the water, it brings it up to a temperature, you know, slowly. And then once it's finished, you just simply sear it and then it's done. So that's kind of how sous vide works. And we'll go over it a little bit. Or those of you that have a Power Quick Pot, what you could do is just look in there and look at the recipes, and it'll walk you through how to do it. So, but for those of you that don't have a Power Quick Pot, that is maybe just following along with this recipe using a pressure cooker or a slow cooker, it's just to give you a little bit of information. So what I just did was deglaze the bottom of the pan. I'll show you again. So now there was some caramelization happening in there. The onions and the garlic is sauteed almost to translucent, which means clear, see-through, or whatever. So you would want to just, I deglazed it real quick with the beef broth. That's probably like a quarter of a cup or half a cup. Okay? And then now I'm going to show you guys what the corned beef looks like. So the corned beef is here. See how that's seared? It's almost, you know, been sealed. Show you a good view here. See that? So now I'm going to take this and put this in here. And then I'll put the rendering of the juices in there. Now, here is something that's never really considered when making corned beef. When making corned beef, the process through making a corned beef has a tendency to season it, of course. So you don't want to add a lot of salt to it. Typically, corned beef comes with this little sachet here, or a little seasoning packet, and it has a pickling spice in it. So you just simply want to just go ahead and sprinkle this in here. This is what I do, because I know that corned beef can be very well seasoned. I'm not going to say salty, but definitely well seasoned. So what I want to show you is the herbs that I put in here. Okay? So now that we have that in there, we're going to go ahead. This is a little bit of oregano. So I'll add this. That's about a tablespoon. We'll add a tablespoon of basil. Okay? And then I'm going to add a couple bay leaves. Sort of small ones. Okay? So that's my recipe. Now, let me show you. Now that we have that in there, so I've already prepared, I've diced cabbage, large cut, okay? And I have green pepper, orange pepper, yellow pepper, and red pepper. So I'm gonna put this in here with it, okay? Once again, y'all, we need to come up with some idea. Somebody need to invent smell-o-vision. Because I'm telling you, this smells divine. And this is 2 heads of cabbage. 2 small heads of cabbage. Now keep in mind now, it's still on the beef saute setting for the Power Quick Pot. And at present, I have about, I don't know, 9 minutes left. It'll default to like 20 minutes. And I have like 9 minutes left. Don't worry about how I'm filling this up, because we're going to knock this down with a spoon once I can get, I'll try to get in there as much as I can, okay? Let me just go put these herbs back in the pantry. I'm going to also put some baby carrots in there, because the kids love baby carrots as well. Hubby loves it too. You can add potatoes to this recipe. You can add potatoes and carrots to it. It all depends on what you want to do. But for me, I kind of feel like the peppers and the carrots add a little tinge of sweetness to it, almost savory sweetness. If that makes, I'm just going to toss this, like try to slide my spoon down in the side of it and gently lift it so some of the stuff can fall to the bottom, giving us more room. Let me show y'all what I'm doing. So I'm not flipping it up. I'm just simply taking the spoon, sliding it down the side and gently lifting it up so some of these items can fall to the bottom. And it will create a few pockets of space for us so we can finish putting our ingredients in here. Because we don't have much liquid, which you don't need, because these vegetables are going to make a lot of juice. The corned beef is going to make a lot of juice. And so by the time it's done, you're going to have a nice broth in it, but it won't be soupy. Okay? Alright, so we have that. So now I just want to, what I could do is I'll just reserve the rest of this. I know that this is going to cook down way, a lot more than that. But that's okay, because you know what? For my lunch, that'll be something extra that I can have and saute that or steam that for my lunch part. But I do want to add just a little bit of kale. This is the organic kale that I picked up from Aldi. And I just want to add that for just some more texture in there with the cabbage and everything else. So that's it as far as what we're gonna put in there. I am going to add, just on top of that cabbage, kale and carrots, what I'm going to add, I am going to add just a little bit of kosher salt, just at the top. I don't want to put that much in there because, like I said, that corned beef has a good bit of seasoning on its own. So what I'll do is I'm gonna just add this kosher salt, and this gonna work its way in it. And this is a little bit of onion powder, just so make sure that all our layers are seasoned well. And this is going in a Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna set this to the side. Make a little bit more room. And I know y'all probably like, she done refilled. She done filled this thing up. How she gonna close it? You'll see. Now, watch this. So I'm gonna cancel this. So hitting cancel turns off the saute, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and fix my pressure cooker lid on, okay? Give it a second. Okay. Closing it. It's locked. Okay. And then we're going to hit pressure. We're going to hit beef. And then it's going to automatically default to 30 minutes. And now it's on. So in 30 minutes, I'll come back and check it. I'll release the pressure out of it. If for some reason, let's see what time it is. It's 5:39. So, you know what I'll do? Let's do a little bit longer. Let's do 45 minutes. Because we want to make sure this sucker is nice and tender. Okay? So if in 45 minutes it's not done, because this would technically be a custom recipe. We're not following the recipe out of the book because there's no recipe in there for corned beef and cabbage. But that's okay because, you know, we have a general idea of what we're doing. So again, it's on 45 minutes in our pressure cooker. And so we'll come back in 45 minutes and check it. The vegetables should be nice and tender and cooked down, and so should the corned beef. So we'll check it in just a sec.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the final product. Ooh, feast your eyes on that. Corned beef brisket with kale and cabbage. It's about to go down.